Okay, let's try this again. Hi, guys. That is so stinking strange. I legit cannot find it. There it goes. There we go. Okay, so guys, let's talk battle scars for a second. I don't know those of you that got on that Zoom last night. If not, it is posted. You guys, go Z. I just saw your post, girl. Hey. All right, so let's talk battle scars for a minute. One of the things that I want you guys to do if you're watching the replay, is let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to prior to you, saying yes to this business. I think there is this big elephant in the room sometimes when we are either conversing with our downline, conversing with new potentials, that there is a little timidness that many of us have in regards to letting somebody know the work that it takes to do what we do. And one of the things that nobody likes is the pain from growing, right? It is uncomfortable. It's not only a transformation, of your mind, but it's body, it's spirit, it's emotionally, it's financially. There are so many areas of growth that happen when you decide to up-level yourself, right? And last night on the Zoom, it, in a sense wrecked me. And I told Amber this, that there were so many ahas, and it was a lot of things that I had heard before, even from her. But there was something very interesting about how the whole concept of battle scars came about, right? When you decide to position yourself in a way you've never positioned yourself, you are on the football field holding the ball. You said, Coach, tap me in. I'm in. Go, in, right? And you've got the ball and you are straight running. You're running, okay? So what's going to happen? Where is it along the way or along your journey that you thought that no turbulence was ever going to happen? That there may be this you not promoting and someone else promoting, or you having people leave your team, or you not signing distributors, or someone joining and not working. When did we ever get it in our head that that wasn't going to happen? This is all new territory, if you ask me. Every single day that passes is a day that I don't know what's going to happen today. I can pray about it, pray on it, pray through it, but I literally don't know, right? So every single day is new territory, no different than in this business. But I think when we make the commitment to join this business and we say, all right, Coach, tap me in. I want to carry the ball. I want to score a touchdown. You got to know, like she said, you have to expect turbulence. You have to expect bumps and bruises. It's not going to be easy. No. Gosh, no, right? It's not going to be easy. It hasn't been easy for me. It's funny because you guys, in the 5.5 years I've been in business, I have wept over this business. I have thought this business wasn't for me. There was moments when I wanted to check out. There was moments when I was pissed off. There was moments when I was just frustrated. There's moments where I feel or felt as if I was the only one doing things. There was a lot of moments that triggered certain emotions for me. And I think throughout that, and even hindsight now looking back, I realized I was in no position to judge what other people could or could not do, because I, in fact, was not where I wanted to be or should have been. And I think when I thought about that, there's a very humbling experience that happened. And I realized that the people that joined my team, whether personally enrolled by me or somebody else, they don't owe me anything. They owe themselves everything. And I think that as entrepreneurs, I think there's a level that we commit to saying, we're going to do what not many are willing to do so that we can live a life like not many can. And the hardest part about that is the self-discipline. The hardest part about that is the bumps and bruises. The hardest part about that is scraping your knee and getting back up, breaking your arm, getting back up, because there's a lot of injuries emotionally that happen in this business that in a way make you feel inferior, right? Makes you feel like you're not worthy, like you're not going to be able to make it. And what I want you guys to remember, and she said this so clearly last night, and I've heard this before, is that nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. And I think that it is so true, guys. If you're not changing it, you're choosing this. And one of the things that just set really, really big with me is that this is not only relevant in business, but this is life. This is relationships. I think that when you come from a place of not serving or wanting to be served is when you start to get negative. It's when you start to talk badly. It's when you start to overanalyze things, when you start to judge other people, because you're coming from a place of wanting to be served than serving other people. And it was interesting because over the last few months, you guys, I've been really, really diving into understanding not only certain scriptures, but really trying to dive into me as a human being and what is going to serve me. And I've realized that my joy can't come from other people. My joy can't come from this business. My joy can't come straight up from my children. I've got to have something that's filling me more than any of that could ever fill me, right? Because here's what happens. Over the last 5.5 years, I've got a lot of scars, guys. I've got a lot of battle scars. But I've willingly accepted it because I knew where I was going. It wasn't always a clear vision, and it wasn't always a straight line, and it was muddy, and then it was tar, and then it was uphill, and then it was downhill, and then it was uphill, and then it was around a corner, and then it was dragging people, and then it was releasing people, and then it was dragging people, and then it was releasing people, right? That is what 5.5 years looked like for me. Now, you would say that it is, oh my gosh, that doesn't even sound like it's, no. It was a beautiful transformation that I was willing and able and determined to stay on. Because what happens is you get 100 feet from gold and then you decide to give up because you didn't reach the finish line in the time you thought you should. And how selfish of you is that thought? How selfish of you is it to expect that you deserve a promotion, a higher paycheck, a this, a that, just because you feel like you're doing all the things? You can feel like you're doing all the things, but if you don't have a serving heart behind it, it's irrelevant. It is absolutely irrelevant. And the goal every single day shouldn't be just checking a box and doing all the things. It needs to be, I talked to so many people today, and I don't care if any of them sign up because I know they're going to leave my presence better than I found them. And I'm so grateful that God has given me this vehicle to be able to talk to them about it. In every single conversation I have, I get better and better and better. Not at selling them, but at selling a vision. And not selling my vision, selling their vision. Because people that don't know what we do, they don't have a vision. You ask them, what's your vision? They're going to be like, what does that even mean? Our job is not to convince people they need this. Our job is to inspire people to take their dreams off the back burner and put it to the forefront. It's okay, sis. It's not selfish. You can do this. I'm going to be there with you. Stop putting it to the side. You deserve more. You deserve better. We can keep going. We can do this, right? That's your job. You know what I'm saying? But one of the things, though, that she said was that, every single day, I think that we get failed by someone or something. I fail my team every day. I epically fail sometimes. Sometimes it's just a little bit. I fail my marriage some days. I fail my kids some days. But at the end of the day, I am only doing the best I can with the resources that I have. And I can't blame everybody else for the feelings I have inside because guess what? I can control that. My son doesn't know I'm pissed off at him, right? I do. So what, right? I think we've got to get to a certain point where it is okay to feel emotion and it's okay to process that, but then get over it. Get over it. Because at the end of the day, the more that you dwell in it, the more you're going to see it representing in other areas of your life. And she said this statement, how you do anything is how you do everything. And I think that if you're so quick to give up when it hurts in this business, and you're so quick to give up when it hurts in the transformation, when it hurts because you see other people promoting, when it hurts because people said no to you, when it hurts because all this other stuff, then ask yourself, what does other areas of your life look like? How do your friendships look? How does your marriage look? How does your family relationship look? What does that look like? How do your kids' relationship with you look like, right? Nobody is saying to be perfect. What I'm saying is that you've got to expect some turbulence. It's going to happen. But the longer you sit and boohoo cry about why it's happening is the less time, or the time that slips away from you trying to figure out how to make it better. You know? And I realized it the other day, and I thought, oh my gosh, like my husband and I, we had this really good conversation. I'm just being very honest with you guys. And I said, you know, for 16 years that we've been together, I think that we have always fought against our marriage. I was fighting an enemy that I couldn't even see. You guys, it wasn't my husband, right? It wasn't. My job is not to judge my husband. That's not my job. My job is not to judge my children. It's not my job. My job is not to judge my downline. That's not my job. My job, right, is to love people. My job is to serve people the best that I know how with the best resources that I have, right? And my job is to pray for people, just like my husband. And I told him, I was like, you know, my job isn't to judge you. That's God's job. We both have our faults, both things we need to work on. But at the end of the day, I will pray for my husband every single day, right? I'll pray for him every single day. I'll ask God, please, dear Lord, allow me to love my husband like you love my husband, right? Seriously, think about this, you know? So my job is to love him. My job is to pray for him. My job is not to judge him. Same thing goes with my kids, you guys. Same thing goes with you. Same thing goes with everybody else. But here's what I want. Here's where it gets a little bit interesting. Ready? Is that my joy doesn't come from anybody else other than God in my relationship and how strong I want it to be. Because every single day I wake up and I pour out to people, whether it's new people that I'm talking to, whether it's my downline. You know, sometimes I used to get extremely overwhelmed when I see my inbox and I have so many messages from people, which is great. I'm not complaining at all. I have so much gratitude for it. But I used to get anxious in the fact that I wasn't responding fast enough. And I realized that it was taking some of my joy. It was taking some of my peace. And like last night, I feel like I had permission to wake up, pour into myself in the only way that I know how, however long I needed, so that I could pour out into other people. And I think that what you need to remember is every single day, even though you're serving other people, I ask myself questions. It's like I talk to myself. Is this protecting my peace? Is this stealing my joy? If saying yes to this person is saying no to me, then we got to say no, right? So I'm constantly asking myself when I'm pressed with things, is this stealing my joy? Is this protecting my peace? Is saying yes to this person or thing saying no to me? And I literally ask myself this over and over and over and over. And if it doesn't go against those three things, then I know that when I filled my cup up this morning, it's not going to deplete sooner than I can fill it up again. Does that make sense? So I want you guys to really think about that. I want you guys to really honor that. I want you guys to understand that battle scars are part of growth, no matter if you're in business or if you're not, okay? And I want you to understand that there's beauty in that. There's purpose, there's value. There is a transformation that happens in every facet of your life if you allow it to happen. And I think that we got to stop acting and being on our timeline and instead allowing the timeline to happen as it should. I think that the more we try to block, right, the blessing, or block the transformation, or think that this is the better route for us, or think that this is the better solution for us, or think that this is the way that we should respond to this situation, or think that, you know, I don't know, like it's okay to be upset and ticked off and I'm just not going to speak to them because that's the best way to do it, whatever, right? We think it's the best for us. It's not. Your feelings will lie to you all the time. And when I feel like I'm talking too much to myself, almost coaching myself, I gotta take it to Jesus. Like I really do. And the book that Amber recommended, it's upstairs, or I'd go get it. It's a Jesus Calling, but it's almost like a workbook. And I shouldn't say it's a workbook. It's the Bible, but it has different areas in it that, like, if you're angry, if you need comforted, if you need trust, if you're lost, and it had all of these emotions. And whatever I was feeling that day, I would literally go to that and I would go to the pages that had scriptures about it, and it would tell like a story. Not only the scripture, but it would also give like a prayer separately. It's been phenomenal for me, you guys. So anyway, I'm kind of rambling right now, but I wanted to get on here and I wanted to talk about that because I think that it is very important to understand that we all need to be on the field. And the moment that you pass the ball and want to come out of the game is the moment that you have given up the right to complain about everything. And I'm just being honest, right? If you're not in the game with me, if you're not in the trenches with me, if you're not committed to self-development and self-discipline every single day, despite what I say or what I don't say as your upline, despite what other people think of you, despite what not, if you're not showing up to serve people and showing your personality every single day, because people love you for you. Stop acting as if you have to be somebody else, okay? If you're not doing that, and if you're relinquishing the rights that God has already given you, then I can't feel sorry for you. I have no empathy for you because I'm in the game. No matter how many bumps and bruises I get, I know that it is creating change. It has to. It is momentum, right? And I'm going to go full force, And yeah, we may crush the game and win the game sooner than what I thought. No matter what, it's going to be better than I ever could have imagined. And every single battle scar that I get is going to be a story, right? It's going to be a story. And it's necessary to have those battle scars and those stories because the people that haven't even joined your team may need that. So I think that we need to stop thinking that it's bad to fall, to fail, right? It's not bad. It's part of it, right? So we need to normalize that, and we need to normalize battle scars and, normalize what we're sacrificing for. Normalize the feelings and emotions behind that. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And I hope that you guys watched that video. I did post it in both of the chats. But share your ahas with me, whether you do it on this live or whether you do it in the chats, because I think it's important for us to rally around another and share that excitement and share that momentum. All right, guys, peace out. Bye.